Welcome to Getting Unstuck with Wendy B. Thank you. Today we're talking about strength. What do we do to gain strength? And thank you for joining. I am a transformational solution coach. I'm a speaker. I'm an author of the best-selling book, Getting Unstuck with Wendy Bergen, 30 Ways to Turn Your Limiting Barriers into Clarity, Freedom, and Power. And you can get this book on Amazon, Tolino, Kobo, Apple, Barnes & Noble, Overdrive, 24 Symbols. So if you're struggling at all during this virus and this time, it's a great opportunity to read. And I promise you, it's an incredible book. It's a great, the longest chapter is 3, the shortest is 1 page, and there's questions after each chapter. So my promise to you is that if you answer those questions authentically, you will move forward. So let's look at what gives you strength today. And I'm going to give you 3 ideas. And one is, this is Easter Sunday. Happy Easter. I cooked a ham and mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes and squash and organic Brussels sprouts and carrots and cauliflower and broccoli yesterday and for the girls in the group home, and just awesome way to celebrate. And a crustless pumpkin pie, so if anybody wants that. I'm gluten-free and I'm dairy-free, so if anybody wants recipes, just holler at me. That's one way to get strength. Eat healthy. So I'll give you 4 tips. Eat healthy is the first one, right? Yeah. And today I'm inviting you to look at forgiveness. We could do a whole topic on forgiveness. And I remember years ago, I'm going to tell a little story. And anybody who's watching this, please say hello so I know you're getting value. I appreciate all the support. If you're watching the replay, please make a comment that this was supportive. Hi, Michael. And anyways, I'm going to tell a story about forgiveness that I did a course with Landmark Worldwide in my early 20s. And I had come from a background of my father was sexually inappropriate with me, and he used to beat me with his work boots and fists. And, only how I learned to forgive him is after I did the course, I got that I loved my father, and even though he did those things and they devastated and shaped my life, people who do those things, how I learned to forgive is people who do those things are sick people. They're not well people. Well people don't do things like that. So why I'm sharing this little story is I was, really angry. I was rethinking and resenting some of the stuff my father had done. I left, I look at the courage I had. I left in the middle of grade 10. I was 15 years old and held down 3 jobs and put myself through high school, college, and later university. And so I'm in my 20s, and I'm driving across the Batella Bridge in Surrey going to Vancouver, and I'm like, thinking all these thoughts about my father. And I remembered some stuff from the course in Landmark, and it was like, do you want to be right, or do you want to have what you want? And I was right that all those things my father did were appalling. You could have a horror movie on some of the stuff he did. And forgiving doesn't mean that you condone it, and forgiving doesn't mean that you put yourself in that place again over and over again. It just means that you let go of all your resentments and hurts. And so I did. I forgave my father, and I put healthy boundaries. I loved my dad. He died almost 2 years ago. And I had forgiven him, and I'm so grateful, because when I forgave him, I freed him of his. I know he must have been tormented on some of the stuff he did, but by me forgiving him, like I even let him know I forgave him, didn't mean that I hung out with my dad. He wasn't a person that you wanted to hang out with. In fact, I had to say to my children, my two girls, because as a mom, the only way to keep your children safe is to teach them lessons. And I told them they could love their grandpa. They only saw him 2 or 3 times in their lifetime. And I just said, you can love your grandpa, but he's not a safe man to hug. He's not a grandpa that you can hug. And that for me to keep you safe, never be alone in a car or a room with him. But I forgave him, and I was free. So I've been free for many years. So talk about forgiveness. It's like today, it's, Easter Sunday. Do what you need to do to forgive, not so much for them, even though it will free them up, but for you, because you want to be at peace with you. You want to move forward at peace with you. So that's what is one tip about gaining strength. To give you strength, a big person forgives. That doesn't mean you condone. It doesn't mean you let them into your life again, even necessarily. I did let my dad back in my life, but in a way that worked for me. We talked on the phone. He lived 3,000 miles away. I saw him maybe every 5 or 6 years for an hour or 2, and that worked for me. So I invite you to get strength, is learn to forgive. And then another thing that gives me strength, and I think it'll give you strength, is start appreciating your life. Even though I went through some horrendous things in my life, even after I left home, because the things that were done to me shaped my actions for a long, long time, until I got rid of all the anger and being on the defense and not trusting people. That took a lot of years to, and still does. There's layers there, right? Like we're like an onion. But one of the things that has given me tremendous strength is to appreciate my life. I'm alive. I'm above ground. I'm breathing. I have 2 awesome daughters, 2 incredible daughters, 24 and 31. During this virus, I work part-time for a group home, and I contribute and make a difference with these kids, but I'm asked to work more now. And so I get to contribute, and as I'm contributing, I get to, make some money and contribute and make a difference. So, and I get to do these Facebook Lives. I get to contribute to people. I get to give value. There's many things. So I'm inviting you to, get a piece of paper and write down what you can appreciate. What do you have now? Do you have food on the table? Do you have a car? I don't have a car. And I appreciate that. Thank goodness that the buses are still running. I'm a needed worker, an emergency worker or whatever. So I get to travel on the buses. And that what I'm so grateful for is for our safety. They've made the seats so that we don't sit side by side. Thankful. There's there's many things we can be grateful. So I invite you to get a piece of paper and write down, 5 things every day that you can appreciate about yourself, about others, about your life. That'll give you strength. And then the other thing is like what I talked about yesterday is about giving, willing to give love. And how much love are you willing to give? I was walking today. I had the opportunity. The girls aren't home right now, so when they're not home, I get to go out. And I thought, it's such a sunny day. I try to do an hour walk. Well, I only got 45 minutes, but I got to be in the sunshine. And as I'm walking, I'm looking at people of all races, all color, And we're all keeping a distance and we're walking and appreciating the sunshine. And I thought, I'm going to say hi to everybody and wish them happy Easter. I don't care what culture they come from. And so I did. And people just beamed. So how much love are you willing to give? Who could you call today to let them know you love them, you appreciate them? Do they need anything? If you're in a situation where you can support them, just, there's so many things that so many people we can love, and different ways that we can express it. Like if you have a neighbor and you know that they're by themselves, give them a call, and if you've cooked an awesome Easter dinner, bring them over a plate, tell them you're setting it at their front door. One of my sisters, she was, how she expresses her love, where she lives, there's 3 widows, and they all become widows in the last few years. So she went to Costco and she bought them each a gorgeous plant and set it on their doorstep, and then just called them and said, hey, open up your door, here's a plant, I'm thinking of you. There's many ways to express your love. So this is and I'll give you a 4th tip. Well, the 5th tip, because the first one was eat well and healthy, the second was forgive, the third one was appreciate, the 4th one is how much love are you willing to give. And now I've lost the train of thought. I was going to give you a 5th one, so I've just lost my train of thought. So I guess, oh yes, I've got it. Always treat everybody as the most important person in the world. Now, I don't always do that. I'm human and I have thoughts. And I might not say something to someone because I'm having thoughts. I don't purposely act out aggressively or nasty or violent with anybody, but I do have thoughts. And so always treat everybody as the most important person in the world, and treat them as your best friend, including yourself. Always treat everybody as the most important person in the world. So this is Wendy Bergam on Getting Unstuck with Wendy B. You can go to my webpage, wendybergen.com. Have a beautiful Easter. Thank you, Michael, for watching. I would love it if you made some comments, Michael. I don't know if I'm giving you value. I must be giving you value because you're on. But it would be really cool if you could just make a comment once in a while and say hello, or yes, I'm giving you value. That would be awesome. Anyways, have an awesome day, everybody. And if you're watching the replay, let me know that you got some value from this. And happy Easter. Have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow. I believe it's 1 o'clock tomorrow. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.